If you have been dealing with a constant ringing or buzzing in your ears, and you have been searching for something that might actually help, you have probably come across NeuroQuiet. And you are probably wondering the same thing most people wonder before buying a supplement like this. Is it legit? Does the science actually support it? Or is it just another product making big promises? That is exactly what this video covers. My name is Kevin, and I research health supplements for Patriot Vitality. I am not a doctor. What I do is spend the time most people do not have, going through the clinical research, reading real user feedback, and separating what the science actually supports from what is just good marketing. And stick around until the end, because I will be answering the 3 most common questions people have about NeuroQuiet before buying. In this video, I am going to walk you through the full ingredient list, what peer-reviewed studies say about each one, what real users are reporting, pricing, and my honest verdict at the end. And just so you know up front, this video contains affiliate links in the description. If you choose to buy through those links, I may earn a small commission at no extra cost to you. That does not change my analysis. Now let us get into it. So, what is NeuroQuiet exactly? It is a hearing support supplement, but it comes in a format you do not see very often in this space. Instead of capsules, it is a sublingual spray. You hold it under your tongue for about 20 seconds before swallowing. The idea behind that delivery method is faster absorption through the mucous membranes, bypassing some of the digestive process. It is designed for adults, roughly 30 to 70 years old, who are dealing with persistent ear ringing, auditory discomfort, or the kind of mental fatigue and brain fog that often comes alongside chronic tinnitus. What makes it different from products like Quietum Plus or Zeniara is that instead of relying on traditional botanical ingredients like ginkgo biloba or zinc, NeuroQuiet focuses heavily on neurotransmitter support, meaning it is targeting the brain side of tinnitus, not just the ear side. That approach is actually backed by some interesting research. Let me show you what I found. The full formula includes 6 ingredients: alpha-GPC, GABA, L-dopamine from Mucuna pruriens, Mumio, L-arginine, and L-tyrosine. Let me go through each one honestly. Alpha-GPC. This is one of the most researched cognitive supplements out there. It supports acetylcholine production, which is the neurotransmitter involved in memory, focus, and neural communication. A 2024 study published on PubMed found that alpha-GPC supplementation significantly improved cognitive performance in healthy adults. And a 2025 systematic review confirmed it helps with cognitive impairment across multiple conditions. Does it directly reduce ear ringing? The evidence for that is indirect. But for the mental fatigue side of tinnitus, the brain fog, the difficulty concentrating, this ingredient has solid science behind it. GABA. This one is genuinely fascinating, and it is probably the most scientifically relevant ingredient in this formula for tinnitus specifically. A 2022 study published in Scientific Reports found that tinnitus patients have significantly lower GABA concentrations in their auditory cortex compared to people without tinnitus. A 2015 study confirmed the same pattern. So there is real neurochemical evidence that GABA is disrupted in people with tinnitus. Here is the honest caveat, though. Oral GABA supplements face a known absorption challenge. The molecules are generally considered too large to efficiently cross the blood-brain barrier through standard oral routes. Whether sublingual delivery changes that meaningfully is still not well established in the literature. The mechanism is there. The delivery question is real. I want to be transparent about both. L-dopamine from Mucuna pruriens. Mucuna is a natural source of L-dopa, the dopamine precursor most people know from Parkinson's research. A clinical trial confirmed that Mucuna preparations deliver L-dopa with faster onset than standard pharmaceutical versions. For tinnitus, the connection is indirect. Dopamine pathways interact with auditory processing and stress regulation. but there is no direct clinical trial showing mucuna reduces tinnitus. One important safety note here. A 2024 published case report documented dopamine dysregulation in a patient using mucuna supplements excessively. That does not mean this ingredient is dangerous at normal doses for most people. But if you are on any neurological or psychiatric medications, you need to talk to your doctor before using this product. L-arginine. L-arginine supports nitric oxide production and vascular function. Research on tinnitus patients has found altered nitric oxide and endothelial markers, suggesting that blood flow to the inner ear is a relevant factor in some cases. A separate study found that oral L-arginine can improve endothelial function. The mechanism for inner ear support is plausible. Direct tinnitus trial evidence is still limited. L-tyrosine. L-tyrosine is a precursor to dopamine and norepinephrine. Research, including a military training study published on PubMed, found it improves working memory and cognitive performance under high-stress conditions. For people whose tinnitus is significantly worsened by stress, this ingredient may offer indirect cognitive support. The hearing-specific evidence is thin, but the stress-performance connection is real. Mumio, also known as Shilajit. This is an adaptogenic resin with antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties confirmed in a PubMed review. Its role in this formula is general wellness and oxidative stress reduction. Not tinnitus specific, but not irrelevant either. One transparency note I have to mention. I was not able to confirm the exact milligram amount for each ingredient from a reliable independent source. That makes it impossible to verify whether the doses align with what clinical studies actually used. That is a real limitation worth knowing. Now, what are real users actually saying? The honest answer is that the independent verified review pool for NeuroQuiet is limited. It is not sold on Amazon, so there is no large verified purchase review base to pull from. On Reddit's Tinnitus community, the general tone around supplements like this tends to be skeptical. The specific NeuroQuiet threads I found reflected that broader caution rather than strong positive or negative experiences. What I did find across multiple user-facing sources is that positive reports tend to focus on cognitive improvements, better focus, less mental fatigue, calmer mental state. Reports of dramatic reductions in ear-ringing volume are less common and less consistent. Interestingly, that pattern actually aligns with where the ingredient evidence is strongest, which adds some credibility to those observations, even if it does not confirm clinical effectiveness. Let me give you the honest pros and cons. On the positive side, the formula has a coherent neurological rationale backed by real tinnitus research. Alpha-GPC and L-tyrosine have solid cognitive science behind them. The sublingual spray format is genuinely different from most competitors, and the 90-day money-back guarantee gives you a real trial window. On the limitation side, there are no clinical trials on NeuroQuiet as a finished product. Ingredient dosages are not publicly confirmed. GABA delivery through oral or sublingual routes is still an open question. Mucuna pruriens requires caution for certain users, and independent verified reviews are limited. On pricing, based on publicly available information at the time of this video. One bottle, a 30-day supply, runs around $69. 3 bottles, a 90-day supply, is around $59 per bottle. 6 bottles, a 180-day supply, drops to around $49 per bottle. All options come with a stated 90-day money-back guarantee. That is a meaningful window to actually test the product before committing. One important warning. NeuroQuiet is only available through the official website. It is not on Amazon, it is not on eBay, it is not in retail stores. If you find it listed anywhere else, treat that with serious caution. You risk getting a counterfeit product and losing your refund eligibility. The link in the description goes directly to the official page. So, Is NeuroQuiet worth trying? My honest verdict is this. This is a more scientifically grounded formula than most tinnitus supplements I have reviewed. The GABA-tinnitus connection is backed by real human neuroimaging data. Alpha-GPC has meaningful cognitive research. L-arginine connects to vascular function in ways that make biological sense for inner ear health. What keeps this from being a confident recommendation is the absence of product-level clinical trials, the unconfirmed dosages, and the GABA delivery limitation. Those are not small caveats. Who is this most likely to suit? Adults dealing with both tinnitus and the cognitive symptoms that come with it. Brain fog, mental fatigue, stress-driven symptom spikes. People with no relevant medications or contraindications. And cautious buyers who want to test something within a solid refund window. Who probably does not need this. Anyone looking for guaranteed clinical proof before spending money. Anyone with complex health history or active neurological prescriptions. And anyone expecting dramatic, rapid tinnitus relief from any supplement. The evidence simply does not support that expectation for any product in this category. Before I go, 3 quick questions I get asked about NeuroQuiet a lot. Does NeuroQuiet have clinical proof it works? No published trials on the finished product. The evidence is at the ingredient level. Manage expectations accordingly. Is it safe? For healthy adults without relevant prescriptions, the profile is broadly reasonable. The mucuna pruriens ingredient requires extra caution if you are on neurological medications. Always talk to your doctor first. How does it compare to Quietum Plus or Zeniara? NeuroQuiet is the only spray in this group and the only one with a neurotransmitter-focused formula. Quietum Plus and Zeniara take a more traditional botanical approach in capsule form. None of the 3 has strong finished product clinical evidence. Your choice depends on which approach fits your symptom profile better. If you found this review useful, hit the like button. It genuinely helps this channel reach more people who are trying to find honest information in a space full of noise. If you want to check NeuroQuiet out, the link to the official website is in the description. That is the only place I recommend buying from. And if you have questions about this product or want me to review another tinnitus supplement, drop it in the comments. I read everything. Take care of your hearing. I will see you in the next one.